Okay, for the 150,000th time, I'm going to show you how to change oil in a generator.
From diesel or gas pacers to rocket-powered racers, nomads, go-mads, RV schoolies, they'll turn it, tweak it, tune it, fix it so smoothly. That's why he's Badge. Everybody needs one.
Got our friend the Kuiper here, 3,000. Now, you just have to look at all the generators. Now, this one here's electric start. Now, we always had it running for, well, we had it running all night, so it's all warmed up. You can warm the oil up, but like my buddy Steve in Ontario said, it don't make a hell of beans difference. So, what you do is take the battery out, you take the two wires off, the positive and negative. You have to get that out of the way, and just put the bolts and throw them on the ground, right? Throw the bolts on the ground so you can find them later, and then because you have to get that out of the way to get at the oil drain plug. I know there's the problem with the Kuiper is it only has one door on it. Some have two doors on it, and they have one where you can open the door to change oil. So you get the battery out of the way, right? And then back in here, you'll see a plug right here, right? And this is a dipstick here. That's the plug. So now what we have to do is take that out. Now see the hole in the bottom? So what you do is roll the generator forward and it'll drain right out that hole. And then you get your cuts can here because you don't want to pour it on the ground. And then you take your trusty little wrench with a swivel socket on it. Loosen it up. Now don't pull it right out. You have to take it gently, because it's gonna wanna. And just take it out gently, and then pull the plug away gently so it doesn't spill all over the place. Now there's a copper washer on there, which you have to make sure that you keep, right? So you have to make sure that the washer comes with it. Okay. Then you just put the bolt so it drains through the hole. And then you just drain it into your pan, right? Okay, so now you drain the oil out. And then you put your plug back in. Make sure you got your copper washer. Now a little rule of thumb, and you can play with your generator to find out. If you have to put in more than half the tank of oil when you have to fill it up, like it'll quit if it runs out of oil, which means there's only a couple ounces left in it. Now, if it turns off when it runs out of oil, change the oil because there's hardly any in it anyway. And if it runs out of oil, chances are the oil needs to be changed. It's too thin or something like that. Now, you put this plug in and don't tighten it down super tight. It's only holding the plug in, right? Now, when you get it out like that, I'm going to surprise you with a thing. Remember when you bought your generator and you got one of these? I'm going to show you what it's for. So you take the dipstick out. You try to have it fairly level as you got to have it level. You take the dipstick out right there. This one here is a bit of a pain because it's back in there so far. Okay, now all you do is whatever they tell you, you fill it up so that it just runs out the threads here, and you'll be good. So you fill this up. It takes about, I think it's 9 ounces or something like that. Now, I'm going to use Mobil 1 synthetic 10W30. Oil is like underwear. Whatever you want to put in it, put in it. It don't matter because it's only going to be in there for 100 hours, right? So, does it really matter? No, it don't matter. Put whatever oil you want in it. Now, when you pull the dipstick out, there's little lines on it here, right? These little lines in a spot in the middle where you can, that's the level supposedly. But like I say, if you put it up to the to the threads, it'll be pretty darn close. That's just an easy way of doing it, instead of measuring the thing. Some people measure this stuff, you know. Okay, now you look in there and you'll see it's just up to the threads, right? Like it's down like 1 or 2 threads there. That is where the oil level goes. Right there. See, when you stick it in and pull it out, it's right on the line. Because you don't screw this in to get the height. You just stick it in there and dip it. You don't screw it in. So then you put the dipstick back in. Then you put the battery back in. Okay, so you put the battery back in, you got the oil in it, and then you just start it up and make sure it runs. There. That's how hard it is. Okay, so I told you how to change the oil on the Typer 3000. Now, a lot of them that electric start are very similar. Very similar. It's not a rocket science, people. It's not. Take the drain plug out, let it drain, put oil in it. No, there's no oil filter. Remember, if you go back to the generators last year, I told you that unless it's got more than 6.5 quarts in it, they don't put a filter on it. That's just stupid information you don't need. But today, for an added bonus, we're going to change the oil on the tailgater too. That's simple. You take off the gas plug. You get your can of gas, right? Which is mixed 50-1. And you fill the gas tank. Okay? You fill the gas tank on the tailgater. There. That's how hard it is to change the oil on the tailgater. I just threw that in there because I thought it was funny. Okay, I'll leave you that with you. That's changing the oil on the generator. Now, most of the generators are all the same, so just have fun with it. Now you know.
Over 500 million people enjoy our public lands each year. We enjoy such luxuries, in large part, due to the sacrifices made by our armed forces. Unfortunately, many of our vets struggle upon their return with something as simple as basic lack of housing. But you can help. Just visit HeroSoapCompany.com and place your order using coupon code BADGE at checkout. Not only will you receive a discount, but you'll be helping Badge help our vets.
I did you a favor by fixing your vehicle. You're doing me a favor by buying soap. And Hero Soap Company's giving back to the soldiers. So it's a whole pay forward thing. This means a lot to me. As you know, I was in the airborne for 9 years. I believe in the soap. I've tried it. It works awesome. And that's why I'm doing this. Perfect.
Badge. Everybody needs one. We love our badge. And just remember, he's not asking.